So good evening, guys. So yesterday I was talking about we have seen different types of control statements. We have seen different types of operators. So also yesterday we have seen execution cycle of Java, and also we have seen what is the difference between JDK, JRE, JVM, and while do while for loops. So yesterday, no, we have seen introduction of Java as well. So from today, I will start the OOPS concepts. So when you go into any interview, basically the first question they will ask you, what is an object and what is the class? Okay. So when it comes to internet, no, we have a lot of definitions are there. Okay. So the definition is like, object is a real world entity, a runtime entity. So object is an entity which having state and behavior. Object is an instance of class. So like that, we have so much of definitions is there. So all are right only. So like if you want to give any good definition, so what is basically an object? Okay, an entity that having state and behavior is called as object. So now I told entity, right? So what is an basically an entity? See, entity can be anything. Entity can be living or non-living thing. For example, if you take student is a living thing, right? If you take department is non-living thing. Or chair, bike, pen, table, car, like that you can create any object you want. So actually the object having three characteristics. One is state, behavior, and the identity. So state represents the data value. So usually what will happen, when you create object, so basically you can store the values, right, in the heap memory, right? So next, having a behavior represents the behavior functionality of an object. So whenever you create, for example, if you have a class, when you create an object, so for example, when you create object, when you give no reference variable dot, you can call you can call the methods as well, right? So that is basically behavior. Next, object having identity as well. So each time when you create an object, so what you are doing is you are like whenever you create object, so each time unique IDs will get generated. So now I will just show you. See, now I have class hello. So here if I want to create an object, so I will create like hello or v. Okay, it's a reference variable, new hello. Okay, so this is how we create object in Java. So now if I type syso, okay, system.out.println, see rv dot has code, okay, to check the ID of an object. Okay, so has code is to check. Okay, so now each time when you create, okay, objects, so what will happen? The IDs will get create. Okay, see, when I run this program, see, ID is coming, right? So now like that. Okay, see, now I will create one more object. Okay, I will give rv1. So now, okay, rv1 like this. Okay, so now when I run, see, for rv, okay, one ID is coming. Okay, rv1 for this object, see, another ID is coming, right? So like that. So whenever you create like object, so each time IDs will get generated. Okay, so That is basically object. Okay, so these are all some of the definition. See, object is also a runtime entity, because during compile time, like basically no, there is nothing to do with our object. So objects will only it will come during the runtime only. So we'll discuss about that, what is runtime and what is compile time, in upcoming classes. So next is class. So for class also we have so much of definitions, right? So class, see, a lot of people will tell it's a blueprint where objects are created, or basically a group of objects which having common properties. So like that, we have so much of definitions is there. So now a class can contain fields, which mean it can contain the like this variables as well, right? Variables are methods. It can contain constructors, blocks, or nested class inside class, right? So that is basically class. So now if somebody asks you what is the definition of an object or what is the definition of class, it's better to give the definition like an entity which having state and behavior is called as object. So when it comes to class, a class is it's a template or a blueprint in which objects are created, right? So like that you can tell the definitions. Okay. Okay, so now this is really interesting. So here we will see how can you access the data members or member functions. Okay, so now, okay, see now, in this class, imagine I have two methods. Okay, that is public void run. Okay, okay, at run. Okay, so I have one more method, that is public static void. Okay, I will make it as run1. I will make it as run1 here. Okay, see, I having a non-static method and having static method. Okay, so and also I have one static variable. Okay, static int I is equal to 10. Okay, I have one static variable and I have one non-static variable, int j is equal to 20. Okay, so I have one static variable and having one non-static variable. I having one non-static method and having one static method. Okay, so now how can I access inside the main method? Okay, so now first what I will do is, now if you want to access, okay, static variables inside the static block. Okay, if you want to access static variable inside the static block. Okay, static is direct access. Okay, so I can type system.out. Okay, so I can directly print I. Okay, there is no issue. Okay, when I run this program, okay, 10 is printing. Now if I want to access non-static variable inside the static block, okay, non-static variable inside the static block. So if you want to access it, okay, so now direct access is not possible. Okay, so j you cannot print. Okay, so whenever if you have a non-static variable, it will always ask for object. So what I will do is I will create object. So that is hello rv is equal to new hello. Okay, so now if I print rv dot see rv dot j. Okay, so if you want to access non-static variable inside static block requires what? Object. Okay, so I will tell what is the reason. Okay, if I print, okay, see, I'm able to access it. Okay, for non-static variable. Okay, so now this is direct access, this is the requires object. Okay, now we have again non-static method. Now the same drama. Okay, if you want to access non-static variable, okay, see for example if you want to access run like this, okay, not possible. Okay, see non-static method inside static method not possible. Okay, you need to call with the object. Okay, that is rv dot. Okay, now if you want to access static method in static method, okay, so that is again direct access. Okay, see now if I run this program, see run is coming, run one is coming. Okay, so so like that we can call. Okay, so now you have a non-static method is there. Okay, for example I will take one more non-static method, that is public void. Okay, I will take one more method, some method eat. Okay, here see here non-static method is there, here also non-static method is there. Okay, so here you don't need to create object. Okay, non-static is there, you can directly call the run method here like this. Okay, so almost everywhere is direct access except non-static variable inside a static block. Okay, or non-static method inside a in static methods. Okay, only requires object. So apart from others, so all are direct access. Okay, see here. Okay, non-static variable inside static method requires object. Okay, non-static method inside static method requires object. So apart from that everything is direct. Okay, so why like that I will explain you. We have any diagram? No here. Okay, I will explain you. Okay, so what is the reason? Okay, so whenever a Java program will get execute, okay, so it will create basically two memories. Okay, one is stack memory and another is heap memory like this. Okay, so this is stack. Okay, this is heap like this. Okay, stack is kind of a execution area. Okay, stack is kind of a execution area. Okay, heap is just like a memory. Okay, see for example if you have a mobile phone, see mobile phone we have two types of memory, right? So one we have RAM, right, and another is ROM or memory card, right? See how the memory card will work. So whenever if you insert the that memory card inside the mobile phone, so usually what will happen, the memory card will work. If you remove it, it won't work, right? Similarly the heap area is also like that only. Okay, so it's just kind of a memory card. So now all your static methods is there, right? Static method. So now we have here this main method, right? All the static methods will come from this stack area itself. Okay, so all your main, okay, main or here we have this run one is there, right? So run one is there. Okay, it will all come from the stack area. Okay, so that's why, so it's kind of a direct access. Okay, but your non-static methods is there, right? We have this run method. Run method is there, right? So this run method, okay, so it will come from the heap only. Okay, heap. That's why what we are doing is we are creating the object. Okay, we are creating the object new hello like this. Okay, we are calling like rv dot run like this. Okay, so now when you create an object, so that is basically, you are basically calling from the heap. Okay, that's why whenever you create non-static variable or this non-static method requires object, because it is coming from the heap area. Okay, so now what will happen, JVM will call all the methods. Once all the methods got executed, and it will clean up the memory area. Okay, that is the use of garbage collector. Okay, so that is the reason why we are creating object, because it the memory is coming from the heap. Okay, so so that is the one. Okay, so next we have this naming convention. See, naming convention is basically, if you observe here, see, whenever I create the class, what I did is I use the capital letter, right? The first capital letter I have used, right? See, whenever I create a like this one variables, I've used small letters, right? I have not used the capital letters like this, right? I've used small letters, right? See, in industry, we have to use the common this we have to use this naming conventions. So basically, all your classes should starts with what? Capital letters. Okay. Interface is also capital letters only. Okay. The methods is there, right? Should starts with the lowercase. See, if you observe here, see here, all my methods I've used lower cases only. I have not used run as capital, right? So, okay, all your methods and variables, basically we will use small letters only. Your class or interface, we will use the this one. Okay. See, for example, if we have a package, see, package, do we have any package here? See, packages also are used small letters only. Okay, this is the naming conventions basically we will use in the industry. We have to follow it as a programmers. Okay. Okay, so next concept is, we have something called as constructor. A constructor is a special type, it's a special type of method that is used to initialize an object. So now constructor having following properties. Now the name of, okay, so I will explain you about the constructors. See, we have these methods, right? So if you want to execute a method, so basically we have to call it, right? We have to call it, or else the method won't get executed, right? So now we have this method. Okay, we have this method, right? So now when you execute the program, okay, see, nothing is coming, right? Why? Because we have not called it, right? But in Java, we have some methods, okay, kind of a special kind of methods. Okay, see, I will create that method. Okay, hello, like this, like this. Now I have this hello. Okay, now if I want to call this method, okay, I will just simply create an object. Okay, I will simply create an object. Okay, if I simply create an object, if I run this program, see, hello is printing. Okay, so this is basically no constructors. Okay, so now the definition of constructor is an special type of method, okay, which is used to initialize object. Okay, whenever you create the object, okay, that will automatically call this method. Okay, so that is basically, constructor. Okay, so now if you want to use this constructor, you have to follow certain rules. Okay, what is the rule? First rule, okay, the class name, okay, class name and method name should be same. Okay, class name and method name should be same. So now if here hello is there, now I'm giving hello one. Okay, I'm using hello one. Okay, not possible. See, error is coming. Now that is the first rule. The first rule is the class name and the constructor name should be same. Okay, the second rule is, okay, constructor should not contain any return type, which mean whenever you give hello, okay, now you cannot use like this. Void you can use, or no, you should not use int like this. You should not use any return type. Okay, so that is another one. Now with the constructor, okay, so here if I give public, okay, if I give public, okay, see, public it will allow, okay, public it will allow. Okay, so if I run this, okay, there is no issue, I guess. Yeah, okay, you can use public. Okay, see, you cannot use private. Oh, you can use private, huh? Oh yeah, here you can use, but if you use the private, right? So if you use the private, here what I will do is I will create one more class. I will extend it. Okay, so that time if I declare the private, okay, so it is not possible to create object. Okay, so we will see that in when I was talking about the inheritance concept. Okay, for now you can I can tell the two rules. One rule is the class name and method name should be same, and constructor cannot have return type. Okay, these are the two rules I can tell for now. Okay, so a constructor is called automatically when a new instance of object is created. So whenever you create an object, so that will call the method. Okay. Okay, so now in constructor also we have two types. Okay, this is basically we have default constructor. Okay, we will have one more constructor, that is parameterized constructor. Okay, okay, so parameterized constructor will basically have the parameters. Okay, so this is default and this is parameterized. Okay, so now if you want to, okay, now if you want to call this parameterized constructor, what you have to do, okay, here you can put 2 here. Okay, see, basically this is integer and this is integer, right? So when I run, see, allow one is coming. Okay, so this is basically parameterized constructor, a constructor which having parameters. Okay, that is parameterized constructor. Okay, this is default constructor. Okay, so this is about the constructors. Now what is the difference between constructor and a method? See, constructor is used to initialize the object. Whenever you create an object, so that will call the constructor. Now we have the method. Method is used to expose the behavior. So basically methods, of course, non-static methods will require object, but basically we will create methods to perform some actions, right? So that is basically Java method. See, constructor must not have any return type. It should not have int or string, that kind of return type. So but method must have, right, either should have put void, or you can put you can put int boolean, like you can use whatever you want. Constructor is invoked implicitly, which means you are not calling, right? So basically you are creating the object that is calling the method, right? Now method is invoked explicitly, which means if you want to call the method, you have to call it, right? So constructor name must be the same as the class name. Yeah, of course. If you want to create a constructor, the constructor name and class name should be same, and method may or may not have the class name. Okay, it will work, right? So that is the main differences between constructor and method. Okay, guys. So next, this is very, 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 very important concept. Okay. So static. Okay. See, in Java, okay, static is used for basically if you want to use for memory management. we can apply the static keyword. Okay, so static can be applied with variables, static can be applied with methods, static can be applied with the blocks as well. Okay, so in Java, static actually it plays a major role. Okay, now I will explain you when exactly we can use the static variables. Okay, so first let's discuss about the static variables. Okay guys, this is really very interesting. Okay, now okay, so now what you are doing is you are creating one college web application. Okay, you are creating a college web application. So in that application, okay, now I'm taking a int id. Okay, now here I'm taking one constructor as well. I will take one string name. Okay, so here I will create int I string n. Okay, this is basically parameterized constructor. So now what I will do is id is equal to I, main is equal to n. Okay, so I have created one parameterized constructor and I have created this one. Okay, now here I will create one method that is void display. Okay, so here I will print a id. Okay, I will print name. Okay, so here I will print id and here I will print name. Now what I will do is I will create one object. Like this. Okay, since it is a parameterized constructor, so I can pass 111. Okay, this is the roll number. Okay, and I can call the name as well, student name. Okay, so here I will give some name. Okay, I will put a like this. Okay, similarly what I will do is I will create one more variable that is bbb like this. Okay, I will put rv1. Now what I will do is I will create rv dot display. Okay, now I will create rv1 dot display. Okay, now when I run this program, see, okay, yeah, I will put 222. Okay, now you were creating basically a project for the college. Now what you did is uh, you have took the student roll numbers and student names. Okay, student roll number and student names, you took it. Now, what you did is you are basically you are created the object and you stored and you are displaying it. Okay, now there is no problem for now. See, for every student, the roll number is different. For every student, almost for all the students, the names are different, right? So now this is no issues. Now imagine you have one more, okay? You have one more field. Now here I will take string college, string college like this. Okay. So now I will create comma string string C. Okay, so now here I will create college C. Okay, now I will call college here. Okay, I will create college. Now see here, now for all the students, okay, college name is same. Okay, for example, college name is IIT. Okay, see now, for example, college name is IIT. Okay, so now here the real problem came. Okay, the problem is, okay, fine, so college names, sorry, student name and student roll numbers are different. Okay, you are creating non-static variables, but the college name is same for all the students, right? See, IIT, 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 IIT. If you create 1,000 student names, okay, every time simply you're wasting the memory here. See, IIT, IIT, IIT. If you pass 1,000 students, for 1,000 students you are simply wasting the memory. Okay, so now Java will tell, okay, why are you using this kind of concepts, like why are you simply wasting the memory? Okay, so don't do that. So instead of that, do one thing. So here, this college is there, right? You simply pass the static like this. You simply pass the static here. Okay, don't even bother to create the parameters constructor as well. Okay, so now I've created the static variable college like this. Now I will delete this, I will delete this. Okay, so now what I will do is, here I will tell, okay, IIT. Okay, now when you run this program, see, 111 AAA IIT. See, now here I'm not passing. Okay, see, it is static variables. Okay, I have declared here, it is directly adding into your object, right? So that is the main use of a static variable. Okay, see, now what is the use of the static variables means, when the object having common properties. Okay, now this college name or the company name, okay, see, it will be same for all the employees. Okay, now simply you are instead of wasting the memory, what I will do is, okay, use the static variable. Okay, so that it will add into your heap memory. Okay, so that is the use of static variable. Okay, now here, see here, this is stack memory, right? We have rv1, sorry, rv and rv1 in our program. Okay, see, from the heap area the memory is coming. Okay, what I did is, from the class area, see, the stack area, right? So the this our static methods will come from stack area, and heap area the object, right? See, we have one more area, that is class area. Okay, class area. Now whenever you create static variables, okay, which mean that memory, okay, from the class area, okay, it is adding into the heap memory and it is displaying the result. Okay, so that is how the things are working. Okay, so can anybody tell me, okay, who is creating all these memory areas? Any guess? Is it compiler or it's JVM? Who actually creating the memory for us? Any idea? Any guess? Okay, it's actually JVM. Okay, so JVM. Okay, static methods. Okay, if you apply static keyword with any method, that is basically static methods. So now what will happen? A static method can be invoked without need of creating instance of class, which mean static methods does not require, okay, does not require object, right? So we have seen it, right? In accessibility, we have seen that example as well, right? So basically static methods, okay, if you want to call static method that doesn't require the objects, right? It is the direct access, okay? So I'm not explaining it. Okay, okay, so in static we have this concept called as static blocks, okay, static blocks. So okay, I will explain about the static blocks. Guys, for you the question is, can you execute a Java program, okay, can you execute a Java program without main method? Can you? Guys, unmute and speak, or else you can type. Can you
Without what?
can you execute a Java program without main method?
Oh, without main method. I don't think so.
Okay, so let me explain this topic. Okay, we have something called as static blocks. Okay, so yes, static. Okay, see, this is basically static block. Now the static blocks. Now I will type here from main. Okay, so from main. So now when I run this program, see here, from static block from main. So if you're thinking, see, static block is there in top of main method. It is coming, it's not like that. Okay, see what will happen. See, whenever when you create a class, okay, the JVM is there, right? The JVM will first, okay, actually it will check for the static blocks first. Okay, see, whatever is there in the static blocks, okay, it will execute, okay, first. Now after that it will check for the static methods, okay, that is the next priority. Okay, after that if you have object, okay, it will check for it. Okay, the first priority will go for the static blocks only. Okay, if you are thinking this is there in the first, that's why it is coming from static block. Okay, next see how main method it is coming, it is not like that. Okay, even if I I will cut it and I will paste here. Okay, I will paste here. Okay, if I run this program, see, static blocks. Okay, first priority it's given for the static blocks. Okay, next it is given for the our main method. Okay, so this is basically static blocks. So now the question is, I asked like, can you execute the Java program without static main method? Okay, the answer is actually no, because till Java 1.6, okay, till Java 1.6, okay, that time, even if you don't have the main method, okay, even if you don't have the main method, okay, so that time, okay, see, when I run this, see, it is telling main method is not found in class, please define main method as public static void main. Okay, it is telling us on our faces only. Okay, it is telling boss, please create main method. Okay, so okay, so till 1.6 that time, okay, if you have static blocks, okay, it is used to. Okay, if your main method is not there, still you can execute. Okay, till 1.6. Okay, after 1.6 they removed it. Okay, so guys, just be online. I will be back. Okay, I will have some water and I will be back. Okay, guys, be online. Okay, 1 minute, 2 minutes, I will be back. Okay, guys, so sorry, I just went out. Yeah. Okay, so this is about the static. Okay, so static can be applied with methods, variables, and static can be applied with the blocks as well. Okay, so yeah, I think we have. Can I continue, guys? I can finish the. Hello, can I continue, guys?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay, so we'll continue some 15 minutes. Okay, so I will explain the inheritance concepts as well. So we'll see this FAQs in the end. Okay, so okay, so next concept is inheritance. Inheritance is basically, okay, we have so much of definitions again. So inheritance is basically, one class acquires the properties of another class is called as inheritance, or one object acquires the properties of another object. That is basically inheritance. So what is the basically use of inheritance means? It will method overriding is possible and code reusability is possible. Okay, so that is basically inheritance. So now in inheritance, so basically now we have a class that is hello. Okay, now imagine I have an integer I is equal to 10. Okay, I have public void run at run. Okay, so now here I have main method. Sorry, main method. Okay, so now I have a integer. I have a method. So now I have one more class that is class A here. Okay, now I have class here. Now the class having one main method here. Now actually why we are using inheritance? Because of the code reusability. Because what will happen in class A, okay, there is a necessity of a run, right? So I cannot create run again, right? So then what will happen? So each time when you are if you create the methods again and again, what will happen? The number of line code will get increases, and simply it will waste our time as well, right? So in Java we have something called as inheritance. So inheritance, basically we have to use the keyword called as extends hello. Okay, so now class A extends. Okay, extends is the keyword. Okay, hello, right? So now what I can do is, for example, here I have int j is equal to 20. Okay, so now what I will do is I will create object like this of A. Okay, see now if I call syso, okay, A dot I, right? So A dot I, which is from the hello class. Okay, now so I create, okay, A dot j, right? So A dot j here, right? So I'm able to access hello class and A class, right? So I'm able to access the run as well. Okay, so A dot run, A dot run. Okay, so now I can run the program. See, 10, 20, run. Okay, so basically what we are doing is, so we can use the other class, okay, like variables, or if you have methods you can use it. Okay, see basically in inheritance, okay, we have different types of inheritance. One is single level inheritance, and another is multi-level inheritance, and another is hierarchical inheritance. Okay, so three types. So Java does not support multiple inheritance. I will explain what is multiple inheritance. So now this is single level, right? So we have hello here, this is single level. Okay, so multi-level means I have one more class. Okay, class B extends A. Okay, so here I have int k is equal to 30. Okay, now here what I will do is I will create B object. Okay, now SYSO. See, now B is extending A, right? So A is extending hello, right? So now I'm able to access, see, obj dot I. Also I can use, okay, I can use J also I can use. Okay, now ij k also I can use. Okay, k also I can use. Okay, ijk I can use. Okay, so now so basically, inheritance, basically in English meaning, what is inheritance? See, what will happen when the baby is born, right? So what we will tell, hey, like baby knows, it's like looking like father, or no, the baby is looking like mother, we will tell, right? So basically what will happen, as a child, we will get the characteristics or physical appearance from our parents, right? So basically we are inheriting from our parents, or you know if our father or mother have money, as a son or a daughter, what we have, we can use their money and these things, right? So basically we are inheriting from them, right? So similarly now, see, this is basically, it's kind of a grandfather. Okay, it is kind of a father, and this is like grandson, like that. Okay, see, as a grandson, I'm able to access the properties of father and grandfather as well. Okay, so that is the concept. Okay, so this is the one. But as a father, okay, you cannot access the properties of B. Okay, from up to down, like this possible, from like B, right? K you cannot access in A. Okay, but as a like grandchild, you are able to access from this class. Okay, so this is the concept, okay, of inheritance. So this is multi-level. Okay, we have, this is multi-level, and another is hierarchical. Okay, hierarchical is just like, see, class A extends hello. Okay, now class B extends again hello. Okay, this is hierarchical. See, in hierarchical what will happen, see, I'm not able to access J here. Okay, so class B extends hello, right? So whatever is there in hello I can use. Okay, so class A extends hello. Okay, what is ever there in hello I can use it in A. Okay, but in this case, whatever there in A I cannot access in B, because why? See, here what is happening is, let me, okay, so now this is hello. Okay, so we have here A class is there, this is B class is there. Okay, so now whatever is there in hello you can use it in A, whatever there in hello you can use it in B. But whatever is there in A, okay, whatever is there in A you cannot use in B, right? Because now the relationship is different, right? So now the difference, now the relationship is not father and son between A and B, right? So it is just like the brother relationship, right? So that's why it is not possible. Okay, so yeah, so that is hierarchical. Okay, so basically we have three types. One is single level, and another is multi-level, and another is hierarchical. Okay, now, so the important concept in Java, okay, does not support multiple inheritance. Okay, Java does not support multiple inheritance. So now what is that multiple inheritance? Okay, we'll see. Java will support multiple inheritance, but through inheritance it is not supported. Through interface it will support. Okay, through through interface it will support. Okay, when I was explaining about interface, I will explain about the multiple inheritance. Okay, for now, see here, why it is not support. Okay, this is a very important question. So now imagine in class A you have run. Okay, sorry, class hello you have run method. So imagine you have another class. Okay, this run method in hello and A also. Okay, now this is there. Okay, now what will happen? See, multiple inheritance means it is like hello comma A. Okay, this kind of inheritance is not supported. Okay, in Java. Okay, why it is not supported means, see now here hello, inside hello you have run method. Okay, in class A you having also run method. Now I will create main method here. I will create main method. Okay, yeah, I will create main method. Inside the main method what I will do is I will create bb is equal to new dot b, like that. I will create an object. Okay, like this. Okay, now if I call b dot run, okay, if I call b dot run, now the problem for the compiler is, boss, in hello also you have run method. Okay, now in class A also you having run method. Which one can I call? Okay, that is a confusion for the compiler itself. Okay, because of that, okay, in Java, okay, so they want to reduce the complexity. Okay, so what they done is they removed this concept of multiple inheritance. Through inheritance they removed. Okay, but in interfaces you can define like this. Okay, I will explain about that when I'm explaining about that this concept. Okay, so why Java does not support multiple inheritance? Because of the ambiguity. Okay, because of the ambiguity. Okay, multiple inheritance is not possible in Java through inheritance. Okay, through interfaces it will support. Through inheritance it is not support because of this reason. Okay, if I call b dot run, can I call no run method in A, or can I call in hello method, right? So there is a confusion. Okay, so this is one. Okay, so yeah, this is about the inheritance. Okay, in inheritance we have seen different types of inheritance, and also we have seen why Java does not support multiple inheritance concept as well. Okay, okay, so today a few more time, so I will finish the method overloading and method overriding as well. Okay, this is very easy. Okay, see what is method overloading. Okay, what is method overloading? See, method overloading is, now inside the class, okay, inside the class, now we have methods. Okay, that is public static void run, public static void run. Okay, at run I will have one more method here. Okay, so this is int here. Okay, so now if I call run, okay, if I call run 1, like this. Okay, so now if I run this program, see it is printing the both. Okay, so what is method overloading? Method overloading is basically methods having same name. Okay, methods having same name but different parameter. Okay, see here I have no parameter, here I have parameters. Okay, So this is basically method overloading. Okay, so now so if you want to overload a method, okay, if you want to overload a method, either number of parameters should be different. Okay, okay, number of parameters should be different. Okay, number of parameters should be different, or data type should be different. Okay, now data type should be different means here I have int, here I can pass string, here string a, like this. Okay, so here I will pass hello. Okay, either number of parameters should be different, okay, or the data type should be different. Okay, here I'm using string, here I'm using int. Okay, so this is basically method overloading. Okay, you can use the same method names. Okay, you can use the same method names if you just change the parameters or number of parameters. Okay, Java will allow you to use the same method names. Okay, so this is basically method overloading. Now okay, so now what I will do is, here I have void, right? So what I will do is, here I will put int here. Okay, so I will pass return a. Okay, now here I have, let's say I have double I have. Okay, no, this is not the concept actually. Okay, so here what I will do is changing the return type, right? So yeah, okay, so let's say double. Okay, so here I will pass int c here. Okay, the question is, yeah, I can remove this. The question for you is, can you overload the Java methods by changing only return type? Okay, by changing only return type, return e. Okay, right? Yeah. See, can you overload Java methods? Okay, by changing only return type. So what I'm doing is, see, here I'm using double, here I'm using int, but parameters is there and I'm passing int only, right? So this is not possible. Okay, the question for you is, can you overload Java methods by changing only return type? Okay, the answer is no, big no. Okay, so this is one concept. Okay,
So I have a question. So, okay, so you're trying to return an int for a double, for something that returns a double in the first method.
so you're asking me to put double here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, now it is possible because in the parameter here
Okay.
you are passing double, and here you are passing int, right? This is possible.
Okay, so say, okay, I got it.
Yeah. Okay, so see, for example, I will remove this. Okay, I will remove this. Here you can pass int. You can pass, right? You can pass it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
yeah, but the thing is, see here what is happening is, if you just change, you are just changing the return type. Okay, you are just changing the int here.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what is happening is, when you give one, right? So now the compiler is thinking whether I can consider it as a 1.0 or 1. Okay, so that's why. Okay, so by only changing the return type you cannot overload. Okay, so this is one of the concept. Okay,
Okay,
but
so what if you what if in that, suppose for both, an example in both the argument lists, you make an int A and a double B for both,
Okay, so
for
yeah,
example,
now yeah, you take
B,
double B.
and
Okay,
then again the second one you do an int A and a double B.
okay, so now you're saying okay, double B, right?
Okay, and in the first one you return B, and in the second one you just return A.
Yeah, yeah, you can change it. Yeah, this one, right? See,
Yeah, just
again,
no, no, just return B in the first one.
okay, okay, return B. See, still,
Okay,
what you're doing is you're
okay,
again you are also here also you are changing the return type, right?
yeah,
It
yeah,
is
okay, I got it.
okay by
All
changing
right,
return
thank
type,
you.
it is not possible. Okay, and one more thing, here the double is there, right? In the parameters, you should not use double, okay? Because the return type it should be bigger than the parameters. Okay, see what I'm telling is even if
Oh, okay.
yeah, see here I cannot use int like this. See, it will throw error because the return type is there, right? It should be bigger data type. Okay, if you use int here also, if you use int is fine, but in the parameters the bigger data type, right? So this is not possible. Okay,
Okay,
this is
that
also
makes sense.
this one. Okay, so this is about the method overloading. Okay, so next we have method overriding. Okay, now we have method overriding. Here we have run. I will type void run. Okay, at run. Okay, here I have run. Now I have class b extends. I'll make it is it will be easy for me. Okay guys, so this is method overriding. So now here I have run. Okay, so in class b also having run. Okay, I will make at run a. Okay, I will make at run b. Okay, now I have main method here. So if I create object of b here, new b. Okay, so now when I tell b dot run, okay, when I run this program, okay, see, run b is running. Okay, see now what is happening is in class a you have run, in class b also you having run. Okay, so now instead of printing this class a's method, okay, instead of printing this class a method, so now what is happening is like it is overriding this method and it is printing a class b method. Okay, so this is basically method overriding. So now if you want to achieve method overriding, you have to follow two rules. Okay, the first rule is the method name should be same. Okay, method name should be same. Okay, this is the first rule. The second rule is, okay, you have to use the same parameters. Sorry, same parameters. For example, here I have int a, right? So here I have let's say yeah, here I let's say I have double b. Okay, so now here if I pass 2, okay, if I pass 2, okay, when I run this program, see, it is printing a. Okay, now if you pass 2.5, if it is if you pass 2.5, okay, when you run this, okay, it is printing b. Okay, this is not method overriding, this is method overloading only. Okay, if you want to achieve method overriding, okay, the say you have to use the same parameter, which mean here also you have to use the int a only. Okay, now here if you pass 2, okay, now when I run this program, okay, so instead of printing at run a, it is printing run b. So basically what is happening, the method overriding is we are achieving the method overriding. Okay, so this is about the method overriding. See, in method overriding what will happen, the method name should be same, you have to use the same parameter, and method should be in the different class as well. Okay, so this is basically method overriding. Okay, so this is about the method overriding. So what is the difference between method overloading and overriding is, in overloading, method name should be same but the parameter should be different. Okay, in method overriding the method name should be same, okay, and parameter should be same, and method has to be in different class. Okay, this is basically method overriding. Okay, so this is about method overloading and overriding. Okay, so yeah, so we'll discuss some of the interview question and we'll wind it up. Okay, so you guys already know about the methods and constructor. So constructor, what is the differences means? So method has to call explicitly, the constructor will call implicitly. In method name can be anything, but constructor name should be same. The method should have return type and constructor will not have return type. Okay, that is the difference. Why Java main method is static? Can anybody tell me why Java main method is static? You can unmute and if you can speak, that's okay. If it is right or wrong, I will correct.
You should be able to call the method from the stack and without initializing an object of the method.
Yes,
That's
yes,
right.
exactly. Okay, see, if you are not if you don't have static methods, simply you have to create an object, right? So instead of that, in Java we have no static. Okay, so that's why Java main method have static. Can we have a constructor as static? Can or cannot? What do you think?
I don't think so.
Exactly.
That-
No. Okay.
no.
Why? Because the constructor is deal with the object only, right? Whenever you create the object, that will call the methods, right? So what is the use of
Yeah.
static here? Static is like different story, right? So what is the use of
Okay.
static variable? We have seen it, right? So when objects having common properties, then go for variables. We have seen that example, like college name is same for all the students.
Yeah.
So Java is a pure object-oriented language. What do you think?
I think so, because for every method that you write, it needs to be inside a class.
Okay. Okay, so actually Java is object-oriented programming. There is no doubt about it. But if somebody asks you pure, okay, so
Okay.
what they're asking is, in pure object-oriented programming language, what will happen? Without objects, you cannot do anything. Okay, without object,
Okay.
you cannot do anything. But in Java, we have something called a static, right? We can still perform so many things with using static, right? Static, right? So because of static, okay, because of static, okay, Java is not entirely pure. In pure object-oriented languages, what will happen? You cannot do anything without objects. Okay, so Java is pure object-oriented? No, but it's still object-oriented. Okay.
Okay.
What is the initial value of object reference which can be defined as an variable? See, we have seen it, right? So yesterday we have seen initial value of instance variable. We have seen for boolean it is false, for string it is null, like that we have seen, right? See, the initial value of object is null. Okay, For object also
Okay.
it is null only. Okay. Can constructor is inherited? What do you think?
Yeah. Either it's inherited or you can refer to it using super, I think.
You can actually use it, right? You can inherit it, right?
Okay.
Yeah, yes. So can you make constructor as final?
Um, final.
Okay,
I don't
don't.
think so.
Yeah, yeah, no, because if you declare final, that will be different story. And also, I told when I'm using with the constructor, only public is possible. Okay, apart from that, the constructor you cannot use anything. Okay, so answer is no. Don't worry about that for final no, because final we will discuss about that. Okay, the answer is no here.
Okay, so I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So when you don't define uh, an access specifier for a constructor,
Mm-hmm.
is the access type still public or is it default? Is default possible for methods? Add that question.
You were telling is like okay, so now.
If you remove the public for a constructor.
It is like a default only, na? Default, right? So we're telling
Okay.
we have the constructor here, right? So
Yeah.
at A. So now, actually, if you inherit it, okay, if you inherit a constructor, okay, even if you declare public or default, I think it doesn't matter, right? Does it matter really? No, right? Even if it is public or even if you left like this, I think there is not that much change I can tell. Okay. So
Okay.
anyway, you are inheriting it, but if you're inheriting, obviously you are using this class properties, right? So that's
Okay.
okay. So yeah, okay. But with the object, if you declare a private, okay. So I will tell you one weird action here. See here, if I have private here, okay, if I have private here. Now, see here, you cannot extend itself. See,
Okay.
see, it is telling implicit super constructor is not visible. Okay, so I will tell why. Okay, it is not. If you declare private, you are not able to even inherit, or it is not possible to create object itself. Okay, it will throw you there. Okay, private. If you declare
Okay. So the subclass definitely inherits the superclass constructor.
constructor, right? So because of that, it is throwing us the error. Okay.
Okay, I got it.
Mhm. Can you overload the constructor?
Can overload. Hmm. In a subclass, I think you can.
Hey, I'm telling now this is A, right? Can I
Yeah.
use here? Can I use int A? Of course you can, right? This is
Yeah, you
overload,
can. That's
right?
a different parameterized constructor.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Answer is yes.
Okay. Okay.
Answer is yes. Okay. So
All right.
okay, guys. So I will stop here today. So
Okay.
tomorrow we'll continue with what? Yeah. Tomorrow we'll see what is keyword like. What is this keyword, super keyword, final keyword, and also we'll discuss about access modifiers, or I will start with the abstraction and interfaces. Okay.
All right.
Okay, guys. Any doubt?
No, nothing so far.
Okay, cool. Okay, guys. So see you guys tomorrow.
All right. Thank you.
Bye, guys. Bye, bye.